attempted to bribe officials with more than 34,000 rand to evade arrest.
When the bribery attempt failed, the suspects resisted arrest, and as a result, BMA officials acted decisively and both suspects were subsequently arrested and charged with fraud, resisting arrest and bribery.
The eThekwini municipality has closed 4 of its busy beaches following the detection of pollution. The Blue Lagoon, eThekwini Country Club and Battery beaches, all situated in the central parts of Durban, have been affected. In a statement, the Metro says investigations are underway to trace the source of the pollution. This latest closure comes a day after a damning court judgment found the municipality failed in its obligation to prevent sewage spills from leaking into its rivers and oceans, causing severe environmental damage. To this now, as the peak of the festive season approaches, the Western Cape Department of Health and Wellness has urged the public to practice extreme caution. The department, together with emergency and rescue services, hosted a festive season readiness briefing yesterday to outline operational plans for the next 4 weeks. Statistics show most trauma-related incidents are linked to alcohol and substance use, fatigue associated with long-distance travel, and reduced adult supervision. Carlo Peterson has more.
During the previous festive season period from the 15th of December 2024 to the 15th of January 2025, emergency medical services responded to 69,629 incidents across the Western Cape. Western Cape MEC for Health and Wellness, Mandy Wiener, says this highlights the scale of demand placed on emergency health services during the festive season.
This festive season, we are asking our residents and visitors to celebrate responsibly. Every safe choice that you make helps to protect our healthcare system for those that need it most. The Western Cape's emergency teams are prepared and ready to serve everyone this festive season.
Wenger urged the public to avoid drinking and driving, supervise children near water, avoid beaches known for rip currents, and take regular breaks on long journeys. Carlo Peterson, Eyewitness News.
And U.S. President Donald Trump has put a pause to the green card lottery program following a shooting at Brown University and the killing of an MIT professor. This announcement marks the latest effort by the Trump administration to limit illegal immigration amid a wider crackdown that's triggered a wave of lawsuits. Trump says the program was used by a man to carry out the mass shootings at the institutions. The U.S. green card lottery grants up to 55,000 permanent resident visas annually to people from countries with low rates of immigration to the United States. Gold is trading at $4,319.82 an ounce. The rand is at 16.74 to the dollar, 22.40 to the pound, 19.62 to the euro, and Brent crude oil is at $59.71 a barrel.
Well, at this hour, if you're leaving the Joburg CBD, expect heavy delays. This is on Main Reef Road between Anderson and the M2. Also traveling through Bedford View, heading towards Germiston. Slow-moving traffic on the this is on the N3 northbound between the Geldenays interchange and the Inlands interchange. Also bumper-to-bumper traffic. This is through Edenville, heading towards Bedford View on the N3 southbound. This is heading towards the Gilulis interchange.
It's a cloudy Friday afternoon in Gauteng with scattered showers and thundershowers expected. Temperatures have peaked at highs of between 25 and 27 degrees, while Cape Town is fine with a fresh southeasterly wind at a high of 25 degrees. The top story in EWN this hour: slain media personality Warwick Stock has been described as a dependable person who always showed up for those he loved.
EWN, in touch, in tune, and independent. For the latest, visit ewn.co.za or download the EWN app. You're with Mandy Wiener on 702.
Let's walk the talk. Streaming on the Prime Media Plus app.
DSTV channel 856,
92.7
and 106 FM.
Coming up on the show today, a memorial underway for DJ Waras. Premier Panyaza Lesufi highlights concerns around protection orders. The Minister of Transport will speak to us about the road safety report. Durko and the US exchanged strong statements over the refugee centre raid. The ANC has also now weighed in, and it's Friday, so sports and good things too. All of that over the next hour.
The Midday Report with Mandy Wiener.
Streaming on the Prime Media Plus app, DSTV channel 856,
92.7
and 106 FM.
Good afternoon. Welcome to the Midday Report on 702 and Cape Talk with me, Mandy Wiener. Good to be with you today on this Friday edition. I'm sure many of you are preparing. If you're not on holiday yet, that today will be your last day. I'll still be with you next week for a few days until Christmas. So this diplomatic standoff dispute between the US and South Africa is still gaining traction following that raid, which Home Affairs has spoken to us about on the refugee centre. So now the ANC is weighing in. So the ANC has called on South Africans to defend their democracy and to reject AfriForum's racist disinformation campaign. It's calling on the government to act within the law against any organisation or individual that persistently undermines constitutional institutions, spreads racial hatred, or colludes with external forces against South Africa. So on Tuesday, the Department of Home Affairs raided this refugee centre in Sandton. They found 7 Kenyan nationals working on holiday visas. They have since self-deported, according to the News 24 article that I'm reading from. And this is a processing centre where Afrikaners go to apply to go to the US. So the US has issued a statement on this saying that Afrikaners are being persecuted in South Africa. We have tried to speak to AfriForum about this. We have phoned them again today. They're just not doing media interviews for some reason. But Kali Kriel has been on X and has been commenting on X, saying, responding to this ANC statement with quite a long statement of his own, saying the ANC's leadership attempts in this media statement to intimidate me personally with blatant lies and in the process to place my personal safety at risk, expose the ANC as a party that increasingly undermining democratic principles and basic human rights. Let me know your thoughts on that. We would like to speak to both the ANC and to AfriForum as well, so we can bring you the full story. But what are your thoughts? Send me a WhatsApp voice note 072 702 1702 072 567 1567. Underway at the moment in Johannesburg, a memorial service for DJ Warwick Stock, who was shot on Tuesday afternoon outside Zambezi House in the Joburg CBD. A very emotional memorial service underway there at the moment. Various speakers coming to the podium whilst his children sit in the front watching on. Let's take a listen to what's happening there.
I'm gonna need this. I see they've given me 5 minutes to talk here, but I think that's literally just my intro. To all of Warwick's mothers, Auntie Dawn, Auntie Ursula, Auntie Marcella, and to the woman who had his heart, Beverly Stock, his mother. His loving sisters, Nicole, Lyndall, Maxine, and Nadine. To my lighties, his lighties, Ethan, Kian, and Troy. Troy apparently had a million names, so Warwick used to call him Alice. And to the kids, your loving moms. To Rio. To Warwick's aunties and uncles, cousins who have traveled far and wide, his extended family, close friends, industry peers, his security family and circle, his loved ones, those we knew and those Penwell had said it earlier that man was loved, so shine to those ones that we didn't know. Warwick. To the dignitaries that are here, to those watching at home, to the media at large, and to those and to everyone else who will watch this at a later stage. I greet you humbly in the name of the Heavenly Father, His Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. My parents named me Pindutobe, a name which Warwick successfully chose to butcher at every single opportunity, and instead called me the following names. My son, Nikalam, Azet Puti, Blood, my dog, my want, my doob, because he'd butcher my surname as well. Or Mpatiwam, if he wanted something from me. That's what I knew. And on the odd occasion, when we didn't see eye to eye, which was never, he'd call me your knob, and unfortunately, your puss. Again, depending on his mood. To stand here today is something I never thought I'd imagine. Something that still feels like a horrible joke that Marv would tell. And something I'm yet to make sense of. Something all of us are yet to make sense of. However, standing here today, taking account of everything that has been said about Warwick, it gives me great honor to speak about my friend, his glorious years, my journey with him, and his infectious energy that he brought everywhere he went.
So that's the memorial service for DJ Warris underway, his close friend and colleague PH at the podium there. Apologies for the language, I didn't see that coming. It is live broadcast, so apologies if you were offended by that, but I think giving us a sense there of the relationship between the two of them. So while that memorial is underway, the question around protection orders has come into the spotlight because we've learned that Warwick Stock, called DJ Warris, had 5 protection orders at the time of his death. What is the point of a protection order? Does it actually give you any protection? Is it just a piece of paper? Well, the Gauteng Premier Panyaza Lesufi has weighed into this and joins us now. Premier, good afternoon to you and thank you very much for joining us.
Good afternoon, Mandy. Are you well?
I'm very well, thank you. Premier, you concerned about the effectiveness of these protection orders. Warwick Stock had 5 protection orders that didn't protect him.
I'm indeed worried about that. I've raised that with the police, the law enforcement agencies, especially the prosecuting team, and those that are leading evidence on various cases, that if we can't have a special unit that specializes in implementing and ensuring that the protection orders are protected, I don't think that we'll be in a position to safeguard those that need our protection. I'm very worried that it just has it's just administrative work, and thereafter there's no proper unit that monitors that the situation is still the same. Can we improve security, or should we add or elevate it to the next level of protection? And in the absence of that, Mandy, I really believe that situations like of DJ Warris are going to continue, and therefore there's an urgent need to review, an urgent need to establish a fully fledged unit that monitors and advise the relevant authorities on the protection that is needed on the people that they've secured or acquired these protection orders.
This would have a chilling effect on people who feel vulnerable, who feel that there's no point in getting a protection order because they won't be protected. You speak of a specialized unit. Where would this be housed and what would it look like exactly?
Remember, the law is very clear that if you have a protection order, it means somebody must not come either closer to you or you must be protected. I mean, that's the purpose of that. So you don't agree to establish that kind of legislation and then you don't resource it or you don't provide the necessary intelligence support to it, because it's just intelligence support. And for us to have systems that can say the order is still relevant, it needs to be elevated or downgraded, or it needs to be maintained. And you can't do that if you don't have the systems that will alert you that this is what is needed. So we just need to ensure that we put those relevant resources within the law enforcement agencies, especially the SAPS, because in the ultimate end, they've got that responsibility.
The shooting of DJ Warris also highlights again the huge issue in the Joburg CBD in Gauteng of hijacked buildings and what is being done to clean up the CBD. For years, this has been a problem. As a provincial standpoint, how do you feel about what is currently going on?
It's coordination, Mandy, and I've been shouting that. Let's integrate our services. Let's integrate our work. There is no single municipality or province or SAPS or private security company that can deal with the situation of the CBD alone. You need to have a single command that can coordinate this. I saw last night, for example, the municipality invaded the building. I can assure you, maybe later this week, the SAPS wants to do the same. I can assure you there's private security companies that do that every day. Then we've got systems that are not coordinated, CCTV cameras, alarms, and you also have people that have their own private security companies. So if you don't coordinate this work, we're not going to defeat this. And that has been my pain, to be quite honest, Mandy. We've moved, municipalities have agreed to work with us, and the issue of DJ Waras just reopened that wound with me, because I said law enforcement agencies, let's plan together, let's strategize together, let's resource together. Just imagine if we pool all our resources under one command, we'll be in a position to defeat this. And I'm really saddened that it has to take the life of DJ Waras for us to be where we go.
Whose responsibility is it to coordinate that?
Mandy, and I'll sound controversial, you don't use old tricks to fight new battles. If you still feel that you can fight crime through knobkiris, if you still feel you can fight crime through telephone calls, that stage is gone. Old age didn't end, or stone age didn't end because that generation ran out of stones. It ended because new ideas are there. We live in a world of drones. We need in a world of technology, innovation, panic buttons. We live in a new world. So if we can't migrate our old policing system to that new world, we're going to have this kind of problem. I still don't understand when we have CCTV footage, when we've got the cameras all over the highways and other things. Even today, the perpetrators of this horrendous deeds could not be traced. And that's how I'm impatient with the law enforcement agencies. We've given you these resources. We've got helicopters. We've got all these things that you needed. But you still have people that can kill and they vanish in thin air. It can't be tolerated. We should know the car that they've used. We should be in a position to track the cell numbers that they've utilized, because we can be in a position to establish that. That's the technology I'm saying to the law enforcement agencies. We need to invest in that for us to push back crime in our province. We remain the epicenter of crime in Gauteng purely because people don't want to migrate to new e-policing method. They want to be stuck to old methods, whereas crime has evolved, and those that are committing crime now are utilizing new technologies. And if we can't invest in that, we still want to use knobkiris, we still need to use police vans to chase criminals when we've got all these kind of technologies that can assist us. I'm impatient with that, Mandy. But I'm putting all the relevant systems so that we can have this. We can do it as a provincial government. Unfortunately, the laws does not empower us. You know, we tried with the wardens to ensure that every street we have a person that can tell police that something is happening. We're pushed back by the public protector that we can't do that. So the evolution of our laws to be relevant for us to use technology, for us, cell phones, there's no person that commit crime that don't have a cell phone in their body. And we have the capability to track that person.
Yep.
We have the capability to know where this particular individual. So we have all these things, but people want to be stuck in the old way of policing. It's gone. It's history. We must accept that we must move and migrate to the new order. And that's the energy that I'm investing in, Mandy, and hopefully it will assist us to limit. Even we know every car in our country is either hijacked or stolen to commit crime. Why we still have cars that we can't track? Why we still have number plate that can be removed and be replaced with a faulty number plate and go and commit crime, remove it again and do that? When we have technology that even if we can ban that car we'll still have the number plate of that car. We still have the registration of that car. That's the new way of fighting crime. This is the new way of investing in crime. Unfortunately, I'm too impatient, Mandy, that we still want to use old, outdated methods when we are the epicenter of crime, and the law enforcement agency legislation still believe that the police alone can do these things when the police don't have the resources, the capabilities, and the skills to deal with these things. You know, some of the policemen, Mandy, you yourself are not confident that this is a policeman. They are not fit and proper. They are not capable. They can't provide the answers. You sometimes assist them even to write a statement. When we're in the world of AI, when the statement can just automatically be deposited in the police cell, we have to move with technology. That it assists us, it eliminates problems. But if you're going to report a case and somebody does not even know either to write the statement, you want you to explain to him, you explain, they don't understand, they don't grasp the issue. We are wasting time, and criminals are taking advantage of the situation.
Premier, thank you very much. Gauteng Premier Panyaza Lesufi speaking to us there. Very strong statement from the Premier about policing and what seems to be outdated policing. Do you agree with him? And for a government official to be saying that, a very strong line as well. So that's in response to what happened in Joburg with DJ Waras and the issue of hijacked buildings. Let's go to KZN now, where a march is currently underway. Led by March on March about hijacked buildings in Durban. Jacinta Ngobesi is the leader of March on March and joins us now. Jacinta, thank you for your patience. I know you've been waiting a long time. But tell us about what exactly March on March is protesting against.
Well, thank you so much for the opportunity today. We were really paying respect to DJ Waras, who passed away in the line of duty, as we call it, which is that of being a patriot and fighting for the country. So our protest was really to remind the government that someone has lost a life here because of their negligence in taking care of the buildings that have been hijacked, and they've become a thriving business for those who want to come in and make money in the most lucrative and easiest way by housing 3, 4, 5 people in one room. They call the open border there where everyone just walks in, and if they need accommodation, they don't even need papers, they don't need documents, they just walk in and somebody is getting rich because of that. And now someone has died because of it, and it's not going to be the end because clearly criminals in this country are thriving. So yeah, we wanted to also ask government to declare a state of emergency on illegal immigration because most of these issues stem from exactly that.
And Jacinta, is this an issue in Durban as well as Johannesburg?
Everywhere, actually, from the messages, the emails that we received, every single place in the country is affected because I know we've got a number of people even in Cape Town, Eastern Cape, who say that they come and then they have their houses even being hijacked. You can be living in a house normally and then someone comes and hijacks it and carries on that way. So yeah, it's really, really something that we need to take seriously.
Jacinta, thank you very much. Jacinta Ngobesi, the leader of March on March, that protest underway in Durban, highlighting the issue of hijacked buildings.
Progress builds, it moves, and it has a partner. That partner is Anglo-American. Together, we're building progress where it matters most across South Africa, with a 1 billion rand investment into education in our host communities, 1.6 billion rand in deals facilitated through our Impact Finance Network, and 25.9 billion rand invested through our Kumba Iron Ore business into areas such as infrastructure development, healthcare, community upliftment, and more. Proving that when collaboration is real, progress moves faster. South Africa has a partner. Anglo-American. Mining potential, building beyond.
At Checkers, we do more so you get extra this Christmas. With festive savings like First Choice Full Cream Long Life Milk, a 1.5 litre 6-pack for 130 Rand. And Nescafe Classic Instant Coffee, any two for 199 Rand. Plus, stand a chance to win your share of 7 million Rand in prizes. Simply buy any 3 qualifying products and swipe your extra savings card to enter. Valid until Sunday, only at Checkers Hyper. T&Cs apply.
Meet McDonald. He is the self-proclaimed king of homegrown veggies. You see, McDonald believes as long as he sprinkles the seeds, the veggies will grow. He even promised beetroot and carrots to the entire neighborhood. Now abantu bazothini when the neighbors are asking for their share, but not a single veggie has grown. Booty, avoid the embarrassment. Make smarter decisions for your home. Visit Cash Build for quality gardening tools and seeds at the lowest prices. Cash Build.
Start your summer days with healthy sleep from Dial-A-Bed and save thousands with our summer sleep savers. Our queen-size 40-wing Sleep Tribe Pro Firm set is reduced to only $7,999, and our Sealy Skyline Extra Firm Queen set is now only $13,499. Or get a king size for just $17,999. Dial-A-Bed. Sleep for life. Now reopened in the Park Meadow Centre opposite Eastgate Mall.
WhatsApp Mandy
on 072 702 1702.
Good afternoon, Mandy. Pat here from Spayview. Yes, I agree with the Premier wholeheartedly. The system of policing is dismally outdated. You go to a police station in Fort Lauderdale. People are still sitting there with pens and papers and stamp. Whereas this thing can be put in a system. Next time you go there, the docket is missing, you know? It's really need to a serious revamp.
I agree with the Premier. I agree with that WhatsApp message as well. We still have these archaic ways of dealing with policing when there's amazing technology. And I do think that the police use some of this technology, but I think that it could be much better. On the WhatsApp line, hi Mandy, it's not the incompetence and the corruption of Lesotho. Now the thing to blame is lack of technology. Always shifting blame for the mess he and his corrupt party have created. But many people, like these incompetent and useless people in government, so enjoy the criminality. And then Veli says, Lesotho has all these lofty ideas about fighting crime, but nothing to demonstrate that. While waiting for his lofty ideas to take root, does he wonder why old ways of fighting crime work in other countries? So says the guy who puts ill-trained, vulnerable youngsters in the path of harm with knobkerries. This populist must just shut up already. It angers one to listen to any ANC leader hiding behind bodyguards and promising nothingness to the long-struggling citizens. And lots more messages coming in. Don says, we have to stop crime from happening instead of letting it happen, then fight it. And then Sean says, hi Mandy, I find the ANC's comment against AfriForum's current stance ironically laughable. The stance is not wrong, it is because it is the ANC making it. The ANC didn't shout this loudly against white monopoly capital, the Guptas and Zumas fleecing the country. The ANC didn't shout loudly when the NPA or SARS was being dissolved from within following their cadre deployment. Thank you very much. Have a great weekend and festive season to you and the team, and to you as well. Thank you so much for all of those messages. It's 12:30, time for Eyewitness News headlines.
Thanks, Mandy. Good afternoon. The Department of Transport says road fatalities recorded in the first half of December have decreased when compared to the same period last year. Minister Barbara Creecy is in Somerset West today announcing the mid-festive season preliminary road safety report. Creecy says reports indicate that a 20% reduction in fatal crashes has been recorded since the beginning of December when compared to last year. Slain media personality Warwick Stock was a formidable force in broadcasting. This is according to a tribute shared by friend and fellow broadcaster Sizwe Lomo. Lomo is one of many friends and family gathered in Johannesburg to celebrate the life of DJ Warris, as he was popularly known. The 40-year-old was shot and killed in the Joburg CBD this week. While Acting Police Minister Feroz Kachalia says the Hawks are still investigating a case of culpable homicide over the deaths of 3 naval officers at the Simonstown Naval Base more than 2 years ago. Kachalia's comments follow reports from a classified report into the 2023 incident, which suggested that both the SA Navy and the captain on duty were guilty of possible negligence. Those are the headlines. This EWN and more at 1 or as it happens.
EWN Sport.
Good afternoon, I'm Tolagile Mganga. England are on the verge of the fastest Ashes series defeat in more than 100 years. That's after day 3 of the third test. Australia finished the day on 271 for 4 to lead by 356 runs after the visitors were all out for 286 in their first innings. Travis said on 142 alongside Alex Carey on 52 will resume their innings in the morning.
The desire is to control what we can. We've got to rock up again. We've had another really, really good day today. I thought we were exceptional yesterday in the heat. To be able to have a day that we did yesterday, and we spoke about today about trying to be ruthless as much as we can to try to keep building it and keep grinding it away. And today was really important. Another hot day to get overs into bowlers. We got back-to-back test matches next to. We've spoken about what that can do, and we've seen that last year against India.
For the Proteas women, they'll be targeting an ODI series whitewash when they clash with Ireland at the Wanderers this afternoon. Sinalo Jafta feels South Africa have done well to expand their squad as they look to go unbeaten on their home tour against the Irish.
If you look at the build-up, they've grown each and every single game. As athletes, you always want to grow. Being stagnant is always detrimental to your mental health. And I think what they've done well is they've literally assessed and they've literally come back with a better plan. And I think from them, they've showed a lot of character throughout the series. So for them, kudos to them, yeah.
And Whitney Hansen has been appointed head coach of New Zealand's Black Ferns. Hansen succeeds Alan Bunting as the team's 13th coach since they were established in 1991 and will lead them until the end of 2027. Hansen is the daughter of former All Blacks head coach Steve Hansen and just the second woman to hold the position. Tola Gelimganga, Eyewitness News Sport.
EWN Traffic.
Well, at this hour, if you're leaving the Soweto area heading towards Vereeniging, there's bumper-to-bumper traffic. This is on the N1 southbound between the N12 and the R558. Also traveling through Protea Glen. Expect some delays. This is on the R559 opposite GOG Gardens. Also about an hour delay traveling from Bedford View heading towards Germiston N3 southbound between the Geldenays interchange and the Elands interchange, while in the Mother City we still have slow-moving traffic. That's on the elevated freeway heading towards the Cape Town CBD. Also bumper-to-bumper traffic. M5 northbound, this is traveling heading towards Barclay Road. If you come across any other traffic issues, please WhatsApp us on 072-702-1702.
There's more EWN on air, online, and on the EWN app.
To celebrate 25 years of helping you live the Premier life, FNB Premier is giving you a chance to win a 14-day European tour experience and other cool monthly prizes. Open any FNB Premier account from September to 31 December 2025. Switch your salary, swipe or tap a minimum of 2,000 Rand per month for 3 months straight. Spend and win with FNB Premier. FNB, help changes everything. TCs and competition rules apply. FNB, a division of First Rand Bank Limited, an authorized financial services and credit provider.
The Dis-Chem Better Rewards program is here, and every time you shop and save, you're also giving back. Each time you swipe, not only are you rewarded, but a percentage of your purchase is donated to the Dis-Chem Foundation to support communities in need. So why wait? Sign up to become a Better Rewards member today and support with every swipe. Dis-Chem Foundation, caring for the community.
To walk the talk is to turn words into meaningful actions. And it's what we at 702 are committed to doing every day. We're also committed to following the rules set out by the Broadcasting Complaints Commission's Code of Conduct. To give you balanced programming, fair comment, and accurate news. But if we stumble along the way and you feel we're not living up to the code, let us know on comment@702.co.za. And if after that you're still not happy, you can direct your complaint in writing to the Broadcasting Complaints Commission, PO Box 412365, Craig Hall 2024. For more, visit bccsa.co.za. WhatsApp Mandy
on 072 702 1702.
Mandy, my name is Silo. I'm in Centurion. Whatever you do, don't listen to Panyaza Lisufi. He's going to lie to you. Uzogoka. That's what he does. He told us that they've got this advanced camera system that they installed in the CBD of Joburg. It doesn't get more CBD than Carlton Center. If those things were there with facial recognition that he's always been talking about, we would know who these people are. They are not there. He knows nothing. He's a liar. He's a gimmick junkie. I don't want to listen to Panyaza until he tells me how ANC has failed and he takes responsibility for DJ Waras and other people like DJ Waras' death.
Thank you very much. I appreciate your strong views on this. And there is some hypocrisy there because they trumpet about the cameras, but then Panyaza Lesufi, the Premier, is saying we need better technology. And there needs to be this collaboration between government and law enforcement. On the WhatsApp line, we don't have a Stone Age problem of doing things. We have an ANC problem. They give us the Becky Tkelis of this world, Senzo Mkunu, Shamila Batoy. She's not an ANC member. Julius Mkwanazi, the list is endless. Solve the ANC. Most of our problems will be solved. And then Sipho says, Mandy, I feel for the US ambassador to South Africa. AfriForum will be feeding him a daily diet of disinformation, forgetting there are US citizens with interest to meet. Thank you very much for those WhatsApp voice notes and messages.
702 and Cape Talk.
Lives online on primemediaplus.com.
The Minister of Transport, Barbara Creecy, holding a media briefing today announcing the mid-festive season preliminary road safety report. You would have heard that as the lead story in Eyewitness News. And a pleasure to welcome Minister Barbara Creecy to the show today. Minister, good afternoon to you. Thank you for your time. Obviously, a very intense period of the year for you, as so many South Africans are making use of the country's roads.
Good afternoon, Mandy. Greetings to all your listeners. Yes, indeed. But I think that we are taking heart that the incredible effort we're putting into promoting road safety is assisting us in reducing the death toll in the first 16 days. We have managed to save 113 lives, and this represents a reduction from last year of 20% in the fatalities and also in the accident rate.
Well, when you say saved lives, does that mean that fewer people have died this year than last year over the same period of time?
In the same period, yes, in the same period, Mandy.
And tell us about how that was possible. What measures are in place currently?
Well, I think first of all, it's about high visibility of law enforcement operations. We've had over 600 roadblocks nationwide. Over 700,000 vehicles have been stopped. We've had a big focus on the roadworthiness of vehicles, also on the issue of speeding and drunken driving, and of course generally promoting the message that drivers and pedestrians should obey the rules of the...
Minister?
Hello?
There we go. Sorry, we lost you for a second, but you're back with us. The number of deaths is still very high. Why is that, and how does it compare internationally? I understand all the measures you've put in place, but are there, is there still more that can be done, or is government doing all it can, and now it's the drivers themselves that need to be taking responsibility?
Well, I think, Mandy, obviously, all developing countries have a problem in terms of road safety, and that's why the United Nations declared that we should all try road deaths by 50% by 2030. Obviously, driver error and pedestrian error is really the fundamental cause of the problem. We've reviewed all our statistics over the years, and what we find is that out of 10 accidents, 8.5 of those accidents are caused through human error. That means people are driving too fast, pedestrians are crossing roads in the wrong places, there's alcohol involved in most of the fatal accidents that occur, but there are other issues like driver fatigue and also people traveling too fast and using their cell phones while they drive.
Your mid-season data tells us that enforcement is having an impact on incident rates, but we're still seeing fatal crashes at unacceptable high levels. And I imagine a lot of that also has to do with alcohol abuse over this period of the year and people being reckless. What stands out for me is the pedestrian behavior. How do you educate people around pedestrian behavior?
Look, we've had about 1,300 public education exercises. I was involved in one where we went door to door in Diepsloot, in an area where there are regular fatalities with pedestrians, but particularly children running across the highway. So obviously, public education is enormously important. Road safety exercises at schools. And as you know, we've got a very big media campaign where we are trying to get both pedestrians and drivers to be more conscious. But of course, it is enormously difficult because in South Africa, those who walk have never driven. And the consequence is that very often pedestrians don't understand that even if a driver sees you, they may not be able to stop in time as a result of the thing that, the technical term is terminal velocity.
And heading into the second half of the season, obviously it gets even busier towards Christmas and New Year. Are you hopeful that this 20% decrease in fatalities will continue that trajectory? What are your expectations?
Well, we know that the Christmas weekend and the New Year weekend are very difficult times on the roads. And as you mentioned earlier, that is because alcohol is a factor. Obviously, we will continue with high visibility. We will continue to arrest drunken drivers. And we will continue with our messaging that it's fine to party. We understand this is a festive season, but please do not get behind the wheel of a car after you've been partying.
Well, Minister,
sleep over.
Yeah, sleepover, exactly. Minister, thank you. At least indications are pointing in the right direction. There's progress being made, which is not something we've seen on the roads in a long time. So thank you very much for your time today. Minister of Transport Barbara Creasy is speaking to us there. So if you missed the beginning, a 21% drop in festive season road fatalities. The number's still very, very high. But if you look at that, the December 1st to 16th data shows a 20.9% reduction in fatal crashes, a 20.8% decrease in fatalities compared with the same period last year. So according to the Department of Transport, fatal crashes dropped from 545 last year to 431 this year. Deaths declined from 638 to 505. So they're saying 113 lives have been saved. But the concern, of course, you still have 413 people that have already died on our roads in December.
Mzansi, Powerball is bringing the thrill with the jaw-dropping 95 million rand guaranteed jackpot this Friday. That's right. Play Powerball for the guaranteed 95 million rand jackpot today and stand a chance to hit it lucky. Buy your tickets now in store on nationallottery.co.za, the mobile app, cell phone banking, or simply dial *120 *7529# for USSD. Panda, Pusha, play. Players must be 18 years old or play responsibly. E2 is a proud operator of the National Lottery.
Some moments only come around once, like the Audi year-end sale. Get the Audi A1 from 6,999 per month with no deposit, a 90-day payment break, so you only start paying next year. Plus, a guaranteed buyback. There's limited time to show up, but unlimited time to stand out in the Audi A1. Visit audi.co.za or your nearest Audi dealer before the 24th of December. T's and C's apply.
The Money Show.
Weekday evenings at 6.
A big year for crypto. What do you think's really been driving the sort of mainstreaming process? Is it mainly because of what's happening in the US?
Yes, we saw with the inauguration of Trump in January, there was a lot of excitement. Bitcoin actually reached its all-time high. And there was a lot of pro-crypto regulations falling into place in the US.
Christo de Wit is the country manager for South Africa for Luno.
The Money Show
on 702. Let's walk the talk.
The Money Show with Stephen Curtis is brought to you by ABSA CIB, accelerating infrastructure-led growth and economic resilience through the South African National Treasury's 11.8 billion rand infrastructure and development finance bond. ABSA is an authorized FSP and registered credit provider.
Sports Wrap.
Sports Wrap.
With Tolakele Mganga.
Tolakele Mganga joining us in studio to take a look at the weekend sport. I watched the Ashes this morning. It's
bad for England.
Bad for England. Shame. The last two tests are going to be damn squibs.
Absolutely. I think it was so funny ahead of the Ashes series where Stuart Broad probably said this is the best chance for them to end that horrible run in Australia, and thinking that it was actually the perfect time for them to beat the Baggy Greens, who had issues coming into it already, because we know that Pat Cummins wasn't available. There were concerns about Usman Khawaja's form. But in the 2.5-ish tests so far, they've really shown that when it comes to this rivalry, they have another gear that they can find. Even if there's someone who's off form against their biggest rivals, they find the runs, they find the wickets. So England, I think it's already starting when you look at the likes of Nasser Hussain already speaking about who should go, who should stay when it comes to this team. Ben Stokes, I feel like there's a lot of pressure on him to not just be the captain, but the man who's getting the runs.
He looks desperate. Like he has been, like when he's bowling, when he's batting, he feels like he's carrying this entire team.
He to be fair, he's become the talisman because he dropped the short format in order just to focus on Test cricket. And you realize that by him giving that up, it just meant that he took on all the responsibility himself. The rest of his teammates aren't showing up. Joe Root, for all the good work that he did to get his first century in Australia, hasn't really kicked on since. So there needs to be other players that are really doing their bit. Also, you do think about Brendan McCullum. Where does he go from here? Because Bazball was quite a big deal when he was first appointed, but it's not really working against the Australians.
AFCON starts this weekend. How are we feeling?
A little nervous, confident, but a little nervous. The big game for us, of course, South Africans, will be on Monday. That's when they open the campaign against Angola, 7 p.m. It's a good thing that it's Christmas week next week, so everybody can sit and enjoy it. Hugo Bruce was speaking about the importance of starting their campaign with a win. When you consider that in the previous AFCON against Mali, they really looked nervous. Yes, they did go on to finish third, but they have to start strong. They are considered maybe among the four favorite nations to win this tournament, including the host Morocco, will definitely be the biggest challenge, along with Egypt. They are another team to watch. You look at that, you look at this team. I think the key for Hugo Bruce is a lot of his players play with each other either at club level or have been part of the national team setup for roughly the last 2 years. So they should be favorites to kind of progress past their group. Once it gets to the knockout rounds, look, anything is possible. But we are positive vibes heading into this. Hugo Bruce enters his roughly last 8 months as Bafana Bafana manager, because we know that after the World Cup, he will retire. I think he just wants to add one more medal to his collection because he's really enjoyed working with this group. He wants to make sure that they live up to a lot of their potential.
Prediction?
For our game?
For us in the tournament.
We're going to win the whole thing.
I love you. There we go.
We're going to win the whole thing.
I love that optimism. Thank you very much. And then very quickly, Premier League.
Oh, yes. Manchester United again. This time around, they play Aston Villa on Sunday. So thankfully, I won't be seeing you on Monday to watch that mauling. But definitely the big game this weekend has to be Tottenham against Liverpool. Once upon a time...
In my house, that's a big showdown, hey?
Once upon a time, it was a title battle. Now I don't really know what you consider it, like a battle of the struggling teams.
It's a battle of my family and me, is what it is.
The Wiener Derby. We'll call it the Mandy Wiener Derby. That's what it is.
Well, that's not my husband's surname, so good luck to them.
You look at Arne Slot, he's slowly kind of getting this Liverpool winning again. Yes, there's no Mohamed Salah because, of course, he's gone to AFCON. With Tottenham Hotspur, I don't know. The players sometimes are fighting with the manager. The manager is asking for the fans to give him time. There's a lot happening there, but I do wonder with Ange Postecoglou, did they give up on him too quickly?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Mandy. Have a great weekend.
Tolakele, thank you so much. Thanks for wrapping up the weekend sport for us.
Good things.
Good things.
with Brent Lindecky.
Wrapping up the week for us in the Happiness Index. Good Things Guy, Brent Lindecky, brought to you by Bonitas Medical Aid for South Africa.
What's happening, 702 in Cape Talk fam? Brent Lindecky here with your Good Things Friday feels. Stories to remind us that South Africans show up, lift up and inspire every single day. First up in the Eastern Cape, an ordinary day at a Pep store turned unforgettable when a stranger walked in, asked how many unpaid laybys there were, and paid all 260 of them. Just like that. That's 132,500 rand settled anonymously. No photos, no praise, just pure heart. And these weren't luxury items. They were school uniforms, baby clothes, everyday essentials, the things families carefully budget for when money is tight. And in one moment, worry turned to relief for 260 households. To the mystery lay-by buddy, you didn't just pay those accounts. You lifted a weight, and that's the kind of goodness South Africa does best. Next starts with traffic and ends with a life saved. Stuck in congestion in Kensington, Vickers and Jude took an alternate route, unknowingly driving straight into a violent attack. A woman was being assaulted on the roadside. Instead of just driving past, Vickers made a split-second decision. With his wife and baby in the car and no weapon on him, he used the only thing he had, his vehicle, to place himself between the attacker and the victim, creating a chance for her to escape. Jude called security. The attacker was tracked, cornered, and arrested, and the woman survived. One life saved, one less statistic, and a powerful reminder that South Africans still show up for one another. Finally, Art Matthews has released his first Christmas song, and it's everything we didn't know we needed. It's called Peace, Cloves, and More Cinnamon, and it's so special. The Just Ginger frontman teamed up with his real-life mom, his fiancée, and even his pets for a beautifully personal music video, and South Africans are loving it. Fans are already calling it the Christmas song they've been waiting for. Art says the song came from a place of gratitude, kindness, and reflection, and his message to South Africa is simple. Be gentle with yourself, hug your people, forgive where you can, and trust that you're exact. A reminder that sometimes the best Christmas gift is a moment of peace. That's your Feel Good Friday, South Africa. For more good news, you can visit www.goodthingsguide.com. And with December officially here, consider this your reminder to soak up the sunshine, share the kindness, and celebrate life a little bit louder. As I say every week, wishing you only good things.
Wishing you only good things, Brent Lindecky, the Good Things Guy, and get the care you need when you need it with Bonitas, the medical aid for South Africa with strong reserves and financial performance. Bonitas can afford to pay your claims and was voted the #1 medical aid in the Ask Africa Orange Index. Choose from a range of plans tailored to meet your needs. Visit bonitas.co.za. Find your plan. T's and C's apply.
702, the Midday Report, Monday to Friday.
12 to 1 p.m.
When I started the show 5.5 years ago, because that's how long it's been, we used to play a song every week. We haven't done that in ages because the news cyclone is, as Katie Catapotis calls it, is busy. But we're in December, so any excuse.
Talk to me. Like we're making up for lost time. Need you to spell it out for me. Bossa Nova on all night. It's like a type of alchemy. Introduce me to your best friend. I can come and slide right in. A satellite ain't even that far. I kinda wonder where you already know. I can leave it alone. You're on my mind. Already gave you the time and the place, so don't be shy. Just come be the man I need. Tell me you got something to give. I want it. I kinda like it when you call me wonderful. Whatever the type of talk it is, come on then. I gotta know you're meant to be the man feel the same way. But I can't tell with you sometimes. So baby, let's get on the same page. Stop making me read between the lines. Already know I can leave it alone. You're on my mind. Already gave you the time and the place, so don't be shy. Just come be the man I need. Tell me you got something to give. I want it. I kinda like it when you call me wonderful. Whatever the type of talk it is, come on then. I gotta know you're meant to be the man I need. Talk to me, 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 talk to me. Be the man that I need, baby. Talk to me, be the man that I need, need. Talk to me, be the man that I need, baby. Talk to me, be the man, man.
WhatsApp Mandy
on 072 702 1702.
Good day, Mandy and the team. I appreciate all this good and talk by Panyaza and all the government people involved in all this. We seem to always be building a toilet when we pressed. We always wait for something big to happen, then we act. We want to act from there, and it becomes impossible. I can assure you, by the 2nd, 3rd of Jan, all this will be gone. We'll be forgotten about Dwaras, and life will be going back as normal. That is me, Andile Makatini in Brackendowns.
Hey, Mandy. The problem here is people, the drivers, have no regard for the law. And this is what it is. It's quite simple. We have no regard for the law. Thanks, Mike.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think that listening to Barbara Creasy, it sounds like they're doing everything they possibly can. The other big issue for me is getting the trucks off the road. There are way too many trucks on the road at the moment. When you drive on the highways, you feel it, and we need to get all of that cargo that they're moving onto the rail network again. So that's the one big thing. But in terms of what the Transport Department is doing, awareness, I've seen so many roadblocks, I've seen so many campaigns. It's up to individuals to make sure that they're not reckless. So I do agree with you. Here. Thank you so much for all of your WhatsApp messages, all of your voice notes. So good luck to Bafana in AFCON. So just a reminder, the group stage, our first game is against Angola on Monday at 7 o'clock. And then next week, Friday, on the 26th, we play Egypt. That's going to be a cracker, a real cracker. And then we play Zimbabwe on the 29th of December. So I hope you have a lovely weekend, whatever it is you choose to do. I'll be back with you on Monday. It's 1 o'clock, time for Eyewitness News.
This is EWN.
Road fatalities decrease in the first half of the festive season, and DJ Wallace remembered as a dependable friend and colleague. Good afternoon, I'm Bali Dlamini. The Transport Department says road fatalities recorded in the first half of December have decreased when compared to the same period last year. Minister Barbara Creasy is at West today announcing the mid-festive season preliminary road safety report. Creasy says reports indicate a 20% reduction in fatal crashes since